I'm back again, session 3 with Ear of the Spirit, lecture 1, The Spirit Speaks, session 3. Last time I was here or chatting to you, we stopped at relationship. I just want to quickly talk about the relationship in which we stand as the Spirit speaks to us. There's a brand new relationship that has come to us. The relationship is not that of master-servant, but rather as father and son. In Malachi, written about a few hundred years before Christ came and was crucified, we read this in Malachi 4 verse 6. It says, "He will turn the hearts of the fathers to their children and the hearts of the children to their fathers." So a brand new relationship has been established between God and us, those who are redeemed. A relationship of father and son. It's an intimate relationship. It's a relationship that we can relate to God in an intimate way because we're His children. We're not just servants. We're not just under orders, as it were, as slaves or something like that. But we are His children. We talk to Him. At one place in Scripture, we reason with Him. He talks to us. There is a personal, intimate relationship that God has established with us, and that relationship is that of father and son, or father and child. So it's a beautiful place to be, and it is from within that beautiful relationship that the Spirit speaks to us, that the Spirit communicates with us in our hearts and talks and tells us of the Father's plans and reveals the beauty and the wonder of the Father to us, and we can have that new relationship with Him because of the Spirit who's in us, because of the new relationship that we have with Him. Now, in John 1 verse 1, we read these beautiful words. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. What is the Word? Is it a written thing? Is it something that we read somewhere? Up to that time, everything that the Israelites knew, or the Jews knew, it was things that was written. They had to go to the Scriptures, they had to read stuff, they had to study the Scriptures. Not that we don't do that now, but that was their communication with the Lord. The Scriptures, the writings that they had. Prophets, actually hadn't had any prophets then until John, I suppose. John the Baptist came and started prophesying to them. They'd had their priests down the years, but no real prophets until John the Baptist, that is. And so they had not really ever heard God speaking to them directly for a very long time. And so now here we have Jesus coming, and it says of Jesus that Jesus is the Word. He was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So the Word here, Jesus Himself, is a person. It's not something written, it's a person. It points to that relationship that is being established between the Father and His children, between the Father and the redeemed. Because that relationship is the same one that exists between Father and His Son Jesus. So it's a father-son relationship. It's a person. It's a communication. It's a verbal communication. And we know that God always spoke to Jesus, and Jesus says, "I only do what I hear the Father doing, or see the Father doing." In John 14:23-24, Jesus replied, "If anyone loves me, he will obey my teaching. My Father will love him, and we will come to him and make our home with him." Isn't that wonderful? John 14:23. Where will God's residence be? Where will God be staying? Where is it a geographic place? Is it in Jerusalem somewhere? Is it in Israel somewhere? Is it in New York? Is it in Johannesburg? Where is the residence of God? The residence of God the Father is here in our hearts. This is where He speaks to us. This is where our life flows from, because God is in our hearts. He speaks to us directly in our hearts. The Spirit speaks to us. He doesn't go anywhere else. We don't have to hear anybody else. We can hear directly from the Spirit. He speaks to us, and that's wonderful. It doesn't matter where I am. if I miss church one Sunday, for instance, it's not, the world isn't going to fall down. Because God speaks to me directly. When I leave church on a Sunday, God still speaks to me because He's with me. Wherever I go, God goes. His Spirit is in me and His Spirit speaks to me. So it's not a geographic location. It's here in the heart where the Father is through His Spirit. And that's a wonderful thing to know. And this is the end of session 3. And the next time I'll come back to you, we'll talk a bit more in session 4. God bless, stay well, and the Lord loves you.